Hello, everybody. Welcome to Go Global World GGW Sharks 24th. I'm super excited about that because this is a consecutive 7 months or so. We are doing this almost weekly pitch events, GGW Sharks, with invited selected investors from around the world, primarily Silicon Valley, but all over. And you are pitching them your amazing project, and sometimes you get connected with them after the event. So if any of the investors would select you, you may have a conversation and maybe next steps. I know that some startups are already in due diligence with some of the investors, and I'm super excited about that. If you ever get any further steps with investors or even get funded, please shout out. It's so hard for us to find those who got progress with our investors, and this is super important because this is why we exist. This is a free event where we want to put you in front of credible investors. If you're first time at Go Global World, it's a platform where you can connect with relevant people. Investors connect with relevant startups, startups with relevant investors. At this platform, each party can decide faster of whether the connection is a fit. And we also do independent pre-qualification. So the people on the platform are already pre-screened and pre-verified by our team. So the quality connection first, the criteria first. So the connections you're making here is actually saving you a lot of time to find those people you're looking for. And how it works, we are connecting people within the platform based on the very smart, intelligent matchmaking. I'm showing you just a very basic criteria that we are using for this matchmaking, but it goes beyond that. And within the platform, for investors, we are pre-selecting companies most relevant to their criteria. And so investors don't have to spend too much time on pre-qualifying manually every startup. For startups, this profile allows you to pitch automatically to investors and find warm investors who are interested. And more than that, it's not only within the platform where we connect investors and startups, it's also outside the platform, because like on social media like LinkedIn or similar platform where you have your own page, on our platform you can also have your professional page, but it's not a static page. For example, investors create their profile, investor profile, that's professional page, with the button apply for funding, where they can share this with startups having all the criteria exactly that fit to this specific investor, not just the entire fund, but this specific investor. And the system will match those who are approaching this investor against the criteria of the investor and automatically notify an investor if it's a fit or not a fit. So there is no manual pre-qualification. The system will do it automatically. Same for startups. The system creates you beautiful one-pagers where you have all the verified criteria that we already pre-verified with many investors. So it will create a beautiful one-pager that you can share. And if any of the investors would be interested, they will connect with you. And so all the fundraising and deal flow is in one place. And more than that, we are giving you visibility to investors and startups on what's going on with your profiles, with your deal flow, with your conversions. So the system is trying to give you as much visibility with what's happening so you can convert it into better business, into better connections, saving you time, avoiding irrelevant connections. So this is Go Global World. Now, GGW Sharks, the event we are all here for. Now, this is the 24th event, and today we have 5 selected investors: Matthew Stokey, TK Shimojo, Sasha Pilch, Casey Van Maanen, Devin Brown. And I let investors to present themselves in a second, but let's talk about the rules. This is what makes this event super efficient and letting everyone to pitch in the most appropriate way. So please keep yourself muted, as I always ask this, except for investors. This is how you will not interrupt someone who is pitching, and someone will not interrupt you. It's important. Raise your hand to pitch. There is 2 minutes elevator pitch plus questions. No slides, so don't expect to present your slides. You can put a slide on your background. Sometimes entrepreneurs are doing that. And the criteria for pitching, usually the new startups that's never pitched before go first, that has sales, evidence of IP, and a scalable business model. Please respect your time. It's a 2 hours event maximum, and GGW members that are subscribed to the platform, they pitch first. Then we allowed to pitch those who didn't pitch last time, because we want to let everyone to pitch, and sometimes just we don't have enough time to let everyone to pitch. And then the rest of the audience. And my team will be pre-selecting companies on the back end, and sometimes I'll be sharing the sequence. The sequence that may change, but sometimes due to many reasons. But just stay tuned, and we'll let you pitch. Don't push me and my team, please, to give you first priority, because there is every one of you having first priority. And finally, if you don't get time to pitch, you will still will be given this chance on the next event with the priority. And if you want to reach out to us, ask questions, just ask this, email us at info@goglobal.world, and we will be happy to respond. And finally, this is a networking event. We also have investors in the chat, and just support each other. Don't sell anything to each other. Help out and pitch in the chat as well. And one final slide I want to share, how to make your elevator pitch ideal. Keep it as a story. Get to the point of what you do and why are you unique. And of course, investors want to see your traction. So mention something about that. And if you pitched before, don't forget to mention that what has changed significantly. So it's not the same pitch as you did recently. And we ask startups to pitch at least once a month, not more, just to have enough data to show us progress. That's it. If you have questions, here's the email, here's the website, and that's all on my end. And this is the time when we ask investors to present themselves. And I would ask from left to right. So Devin, would you like to go first? Your microphone's on.
Oh, great call. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today. Excited to be here. Devin Brown, investor and VC associate at TechNexus Venture Collaborative. We are a VC firm out of Chicago, where we're kind of different from a traditional venture firm in the fact that our limited partners are actually corporations. So one of our top value adds is we design pilots for our startup investors, to our startup founders, for when we write the check into the company, they're automatically kind of getting guaranteed commercial contracts with our corporate partner. And so a lot of the different areas that we invest in are things like sustainability, supply chain technologies, and B2B software. So excited to be here, and looking forward to seeing all the pitches.
All right, exciting to have you with us again. Matthew, go next, please.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I'm a venture associate at VU Venture Partners. We're an industry and location agnostic venture fund. We have check sizes ranging from 25,000 all the way up to $1 million. Typically, we don't lead the first round, but we do lead follow-on rounds. And I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's pitch today. I'll put my LinkedIn info in the chat, and hopefully we can connect.
Awesome. Thank you. Great to have you again with us. And we're moving next. Sasha, please take your turn.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today. My name is Sasha Pilch. I'm a principal on the investment team at a VC firm called Fin Capital. We're a full life cycle firm, but relevance for today, our seed fund writes checks from $250K to $2 million. We are most active in the US, but also make investments in the UK, Europe, a little bit of LATAM and Israel. We do focus only on B2B fintech. That said, if I see something interesting today, I would like to connect it with my other investor networks.
Awesome. Great to have you, and hope this event will bring you a lot of great deals. Casey, your turn.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan, for the intro, and great to meet everybody here. First time here. Really like the format of everything. I'm involved with a couple of different funds. So first one is Pursuit Ventures. It's in Menlo Park. We are an emerging fund focused on pre-seed through Series A companies in three main silos, those being semiconductors and sensors, all of deep tech except for, I guess, with the exception of healthcare, and then a bit of IP-driven SaaS as well. For us, our check sizes range pretty nicely, 250,000 at the low end to 3 million on the high end. That's usually reserved for Series A's or follow-ons. And then I also work up in Vancouver, Canada for LOI Venture, which is primarily a youth-focused fund. So we look at founders 17 through 30. 75% of all of our investments will come from the accelerator that we're associated with. But then we also look to make investments outside of that as well. And then there's no necessary age restriction there. So we take a look at, we're pretty industry agnostic at that point. If you're familiar with Ryan Holmes from Hootsuite, that's essentially my GP, that's his fund. So yeah, we deploy capital actively with that one as well.
Fantastic, great to have you. And so you are having several roles and extra for Silicon Valley, for Canada, and also acceleration. So great to have you, and hope that the companies some of the companies will be for your feet as well today. Thank you.
Absolutely.
TK, you are the one who is opening this global session, so please tell a few words about yourself.
Thanks. I'm TK from NTT DOCOMO Ventures. I'm very excited to be here. So I have to leave after 1 hour. NTT DOCOMO Ventures is a CVC of Japan's predominant telecom operator. We are series agnostic. We basically invest in SaaS company, but our value is to help startups to enter Japanese market or make some business with NTT Group.
All right, thank you so much. I'm super excited, and so without waiting, we're about to start. And the final note I want to say that some of the investors on the panel here are already on GoGoBo World platform, and you can connect with them. So I shared their profile, so you can apply for funding to match their criteria while you're waiting for your time to pitch. Okay, so please keep yourself muted all the time except for the investors, and we are getting started right away. And the first startup to go, I'm looking at what my team is saying, and it's gonna be Gary Newman. Gary, are you ready?
Hi, yes. I hope
2 minutes.
my power stays on.
Yeah.
Hey, cool. So, hi everyone. I'm the CEO and founder of Plausible Gaming, and our journey began in 2017 when I was trying to enjoy my gaming experience while playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The experience frustrated by looking for group parameters, both in-game matchmaking that kept pairing me with players outside my skill brackets and players of unknown language. It's very frustrating when you're trying to communicate with your team that's speaking German. And I felt I could fix the problem with some automation, and I launched Plausible Gaming. Before I get into the problem, I've recruited an amazing team to accomplish this, combining 100 years of gaming experience with over 150 years of business experience. From building startups to managing Fortune 500 companies, our team has done it all, achieving over 40 exits along the way. The problem is high-skilled gamers experience frustration and toxicity in finding quality teammates, as in-game matchmaking cannot solve for all the personalized group parameters, language, age, and skill, to mention a few. Automating the player selection process by providing users with a dashboard of aggregated information so they can decide to group with someone or not in 5 seconds or less is the solution. Our successful beta project has been running for 6 years and has allowed us to build a global leading looking for group community of 10,000 high-skilled PUBG gamers. Our community has helped us find product market fit, qualify our go-to-market strategy, and provide us with early-stage investments in the amount of $410,000 in a combination of cash and sweat equity. We are seeking $1.35 million to develop and scale our curated looking for group platform off the back of our successful beta project and launch our esports marketing campaign. That's it from me. I hope you join us in realizing a plausible unicameral future.
Awesome, great pitch, right on time. Dear investors, are you in or out? Do you have any questions?
How do you make money?
It's a freemium B2B2C SaaS platform. We're depending on the network effect, which gives us a nice defensive barrier. And it's mostly based, we decided to go that way because the service gets better with more people that are using it. That's the sort of first point there. But then also our target market group, the hardcore competitive gamers, by our research, they convert at a rate of 46%. And we're modeling out at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, and it looks very, very exciting just on those conversion rates.
You mentioned over 100 years of team experience. What are their backgrounds? Where do they come from?
So lots of places. Our Chief Development Officer, Tim, he came from Amazon. His last job was managing 500 teams globally for Amazon in a very big instance there. So he's definitely the right guy to do that job. Our Chief Operating Officer is David Naya. He's 62, but he's a hell of a guy. He's a polymath genius from America. If you've ever heard of SPSS, he authored that program. He's built most of the brain-computer interface things in the 70s and 80s that we use for fMRI scanning. Very nice deep tech guy. You might have heard of a lot of his projects, Casey's, and awesome stuff for Dell. So yeah, he's our Chief Operating Officer. I've got a CIO in the States, Chris. He's a 30-year cybersecurity industry professional, knows everything about cloud, SaaS, and architecture. And then I've got chairman of my board, and he personally mentors me for 2 hours every week because this is my opportunity, but I've never built a massive global thing like this. And it's been awesome having Richard on board. He comes out of Johnson. He was one of the founders of Johnson & Johnson and an investment director of Beer & Partners, which was the UK's largest angel network. So those are most of the heavy hitters. We got a lot of very, very awesome team, but those are the guys with most of the exits.
Thank you.
What games are you currently in right now?
Only in PUBG. So I can give you an example. We never intended this to be a business. I was just solving a personal problem for myself of finding high-skilled gamers, and we launched it, and it kind of blew up. I can describe it like this. We were prospecting for water in our backyard, and we struck crude oil. And we've been building a team and designing a refinery, and now we need money to go build that refinery and turn all that beautiful consumer attention 2 to 4 hours a day into revenue.
Okay,
How many
I'm
active
interested.
users? Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just interested. I'll Dan will
sorry,
pick us up afterwards. So.
All right, congrats. So one shark is in. What about the rest of the sharks?
And sorry, to answer your question, to come back to it. Sorry, I know I skipped past there. We're in PUBG. Over the last 6 years, a lot of our community has left. They churned out to different games, and they come back to us begging to open up into Fortnite, Warzone, and Apex Legends. And then also we've had some requests for Valorant, and we're expanding our services from PUBG with this scaling round into 11 other titles that represent 90% of our target audience. So I can list them. It's like all the games that are basically large esports titles, where having one bad team member ruins your gaming experience.
How many total people playing PUBG on, say, a weekly basis? Like, what would be the total audience for that one vertical?
Very, very, very small. I would not invest with me if this was dependent on us growing out a PUBG community. The gamers, they churn quite highly between games at an average rate of 30% per month. And the only way we secure this opportunity is by operating in the 11 titles that 90% of our audience churns between on a monthly basis.
You can get kind of accurate numbers by going to the Steam database and looking up PUBG. It'll give you the user totals for the day, and you can just kind of extrapolate from there.
Yeah, it's a bit hard with PUBG specifically because PUBG mobile's on the best website is activeplayer.io, but it merges their mobile base and the PC gaming base. They say 258 million players. I can assure you it's not that. It's most likely more to 20 or 30 million players. The developers of PUBG since the 1.0 release in 2018 have made successively poor decisions that have hurt the PC market, and they're basically focusing on PUBG Mobile. So yeah, that's why we're looking at expanding into Fortnite, into Warzone, into the spaces where a lot of our loyal members have left our community and gone back to the old experience and come begging back to get us to expand in there.
And you mentioned the freemium direct to consumer go to market initially is to get the members on the platform. And what will the ACV be once you do start to sell it to like these 11 top titles?
ACV, I have not come across that term before.
Average contract value when you do sell to.
Yeah, so our customer lifetime value is $76 per customer, and our customer acquisition cost is between $5 to $7 depending on platform.
All right. Are there any more questions? Any other investors except Matthew interested to connect with Gareth?
I'll get an intro. Absolutely.
All right. 2 sharks are in. Congratulations. All right. Nice.
Casey, I really want to speak to you. Your chat with the founders, we got those pre-revenue community metrics that get you excited.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gareth. And we're moving on. And the next person to pitch. And the next person to pitch is Dean Roman. Dean, are you ready?
Absolutely. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Okay. You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Terrific. Social media has changed forever how companies compete. Only organizations that digitally engage, empower their customers, and measure audience engagement will succeed. So let me introduce Mab Social, a B2B, SaaS-based social media management solution to enable multi-location brands and agencies to succeed. We've become trusted provider to global names such as Domino's, Toyota, and Turner. And in January this year, we were ranked #1 globally by the Tier 1 research house Infotech. My name is Dean, I'm the CEO, and Chris, our CEO, is joining us on the call today. The challenges: brands can have hundreds and sometimes thousands of pages to manage. Brands have got to use paid advertising to be seen above the competition. Engagement is paramount, and having data to drive strategy is critical. So managing the social media presence of multi-location brands and agencies is incredibly difficult. We've solved many of these challenges with our centralized platform, which is a massive opportunity for multi-location brands like franchises, food and beverages, healthcare, education, banking, motor vehicle, to name a few. The global market is $17.5 billion, growing at around 24 CAGR. We have an extremely strong team with deep domain experience, and the founders have known each other for 25 years and both have managed multi-billion-dollar businesses. Mab Social is globally recognized. We were selected by PricewaterhouseCoopers to be in their inaugural Global Media Tech Accelerator, selected from over 1,200 companies worldwide. We have clear market differentiation, for example, both paid and non-paid advertising in platform. Mab Social is now used by 54 global organizations. Our competitors are well known, but not fit for purpose for multi-location brands, and there's only one name really operating in this space. As a business model, we're a SaaS, and recurring revenue is critical. Remember the Infotech survey? We ranked #1 with clients who plan to renew. Last year, we generated revenue of $600,000, which was an ARR more than double on the year, with 50% of our revenue coming from the USA and 50% coming from agencies. We're asking $2.5 million as a SAFE or converting note. We have strong alignment of interest, no external capital raised to date, and no external debt. Please come and join us with a management team that has the seriousness and capabilities to deliver.
Thank you. Right on time. Okay, dear Sharks, your questions.
Of that 600K ARR that you currently have, can you talk about the breakdown in terms of concentration of customers?
Sure. I'll introduce Chris and I'll let Chris answer this. It's good for you to have an opportunity to speak with him.
Hi, Sasha. Yeah, as Dean mentioned, in terms of our enterprise customers, we've got 54 customers who are paying $5,000 a year or more. So we've got one customer who's paying close to $100,000 a year. The average ticket value is about $13,000, but it is sort of spread between 5 to 100. The concentration of the actual users themselves is mainly out of North America, both the US and Canada, but also we've got customers in the UK and also in Australia.
How many customers do you have? What's the sales pipeline look like, and what does the sales cycle in terms of time look like for you? If you could average that.
The sales cycle itself is typically around about 6 weeks, 2 months. In terms of, we have lower versions of the software as well. When I was talking about 54, we're talking about business enterprise and above. We've also got a lower version which is around about $1,000 a year. In total, we have 225 customers.
What kind of social media do you partner with?
All the major ones. So we support Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. We are also developing TikTok, Google My Business or Google Business Profiles now, which is, given that our focus is on franchise and multi-location brands, people, all of our customers are really interested in location pages, which is really coming from Google Business Profiles, whereby people go and Google and they're wanting to find details about the shop, the restaurant, whatever it is, has all the reviews. And the same thing also for Facebook as well, because you have Facebook location pages. So, given that we are in that multi-location brand, franchise business, they're the two main ones, major networks.
So your service is technically country agnostic.
Yeah, pretty much so. I mean, the only country that we don't support is the fire because of China, is because of the firewall. And they obviously have a completely different network in China. So excluding China, yes. I mean, basically, it's the ones that focus on the networks that I've mentioned.
How have you acquired the customers that you've acquired to date, and what are your plans for go-to-market going forward?
In terms of, we've got a very comprehensive go-to-market strategy, which I'd be happy to share with you, just not right now. But basically, up until now, it's been content marketing. We've spent no money at all on ads. And we've also got a lot of customers through reviews. So, we've had a lot of generation coming through, G2 Crowd, Infotech, Capterra, those types of review platforms. So all of the customers we've really had up until now have come through, content marketing / word of mouth. We've got, in terms of conversions from demos, so basically any customer that is the potential of $5,000 or more, basically they'll come to the website. If it's less than that, then they'll go and actually sign up for a free trial and then can use it for a few weeks and go from there. If it's a $5,000 or more, and we basically do a qualification for that, then they can, we'll do a demonstration. Typically, then they'll have a trial. We have a conversion rate from doing a demo to doing a trial of 93%, and a conversion rate from going from trial of those people to a paid customer of 63%.
What are the main kind of KPIs that you can draw upon whenever you're doing these demos and kind of going deep into the sales cycle? What is like the most evident thing for like your social media manager at these companies to say like this platform really adds value?
It's all about being able to manage the number of platforms at scale. So if we're talking to businesses that have got hundreds and sometimes thousands of social media platforms, networks, profiles, so across Facebook, Google, etc. And so they need the ability to be able to manage those, be able to manage multiple users, be able to group the profiles together. But the big one also is we developed for actually a company in Australia. Sasha, you would have heard of UltraTune, and is the ability to be actually able to do geo-targeted ads on Facebook in bulk. So up until we developed this, UltraTune was spending basically 8 to 10 hours every time they wanted to do a geo-targeted Facebook ad, because they had to create ad sets for each particular location. And that meant it just wasn't, and they've got about 300 locations across Australia. It meant it wasn't really feasible. They could do it very often. They spoke to us, and we already had a lot of components, and we just had to sort of put the rest of it together. And we realized this was an opportunity for all franchises globally. Now it takes them about 20 minutes to create an ad. So whereas before it was 8 hours, now 20 minutes, apart from the savings in time, which is obviously a lot, more importantly, now they can actually run ads. Before they used to do it once every 2 or 3 weeks. Now they do a couple of ads a week. So it's, they're actually generating a lot more customers. UltraTune is a automotive repair franchise in Australia. So now they're getting a lot more customers coming in to actually getting their cars repaired or whatever it may be. And now we've got a lot of other franchises globally. We've got one of the master franchises out of Domino's in the US on the East Coast. We've got other large franchises as well who are using this because it saves them so much time. And this sort of functionality isn't available in any other tool.
All right.
How do you see the company? Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
How do you see the company evolving the next 2 to 3 years to really set itself apart from other social media management tools that might be larger size today?
It's an interesting question. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I mean, the market is very much there's been a lot of acquisitions, and I have a view that it's either you either acquire, you either be acquired or you are the acquirer. And I see in 2 to 3 years that we're going to be one or either of those. I see that at the moment, the franchise business is so large anyhow that it's a very it is a big market already. But ultimately, will either become a lot broader in terms of functionality, looking then at other parts of the social media sphere. You mentioned Ryan Holmes at Hootsuite. Obviously, they're they're competing right across the globe, right across for all types of businesses. That's potential getting into other sectors of social media listening, or of course, being acquired by somebody else. What that looks like, I don't know. That's going to happen in that's in 2 to 3 years' time. It's important, really just for us to have that, to make sure we're in the driver's seat though, to actually work out what is the best thing to do at that point in time, and what's the best thing to do for for the investors.
Yeah, send me your deck. I'd love to see that. I can get some good feedback from Ryan on it.
All right. So there is one shark in, and we will connect you right after the event today or tomorrow. Okay, great, congrats. Are there more sharks interested to connect? Okay, thank you so much, Chris. We will definitely connect you right after today or tomorrow. Please support others in the chat, and don't forget to share your GGW profile, startup profile, so other investors can connect with you if they want to. And we are moving on. The next person, thank you. And the next person is Andrei Gilonak. Andrei, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present for everybody our solution. My name is Andrei Gilonak. I am CEO and founder startup Karta.me. Our solution for all of us, and let me tell about it. We are developing the Karta.me mobile application where we assign a personal ID to a user and integrate this ID and related user data into retailer loyalty program and in the bank card in the same time, and improve a regular bank card into a universal loyalty card, solving the problem of multiple loyalty cards from different retailers. Our card can identify the payer not only for bank, but for retailer. The payer don't need another way to receive bonuses in the retail, loyalty card or mobile application, or give your phone number for cashier. The Karta.me bank card is enough. The cashier scan this ID code, payer receive his bonuses and pay with the same card. We receive revenue from Visa, our general partner, under direct contract for each active card, from bank, percent of transaction from our card, and from our partners for advertising within the application. This card was recognized Visa Brand of the Year in Belarus for the record sales of this card. Our card supported by Karta.me mobile application, where we integrate 20 largest retailers, attract more than 150,000 users, and receive revenue up than $50,000. Now we're looking for up to 5 million to promote our solution in the developed market in America, Europe, and MENA region, where we will create a barrier-free environment for participation in loyalty program, the entrance to which is our card. supported by mobile application. Our main goal, Karta.me in every wallet. Our team will be happy to join to our investors and work together. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And dear investors, your turn. Do you have any questions to Andrei?
So is it really just like that barcode on the back of the credit card? Is that the kind of competitive advantage here?
Our competitors, it's a bank co-brand cards and different mobile application aggregator of loyalty cards. But our solution is when the bank card can identify the pair for the retailer. It's most important thing, because all co-brand cards don't identify the pair for retailer, and retailers need our personal data for customization, for special offers, for better marketing, and identification is one of the most important part of the all loyalty programs. It's start of the loyalty program, identify ourselves, and next steps is attract for us interest offers.
Okay, so let me see if I understand this correctly. Retailers' main problem is that they can't identify specific customers' bank cards, and you're kind of allowing them to do that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting. How many cards do you have out there right now?
We issued more than 25,000 cards. We award Brand of the Year by Visa of this record issues, and we achieve 5% of all issuance our partners bank for only from 6 months. It was a great demand of this card from common customers, from retailers, because this card our customers use for everyday purchase in supermarket, hypermarkets, pharmacies, for every day. It's not luxury or rare purchase. It's everyday purchase, and when all of us need a loyalty cards. And this card is very, very popular, and it's our solution is win-win for everyone. For customers, because you need only one key for all loyalty program. For retailers, because retailers have personal details, and for bank, because we attract a new bank key to our partners bank. It's more than 45% now new to bank key for our partners bank. It's a great result for everyone.
Okay.
And for Visa, same.
What country are these 25,000 customers located in?
We issued 25,000 cards, and we have customers more than 150,000. Now, at this moment, we have more than 100 users every day. Gross. We operate in Belarus, and now we have some traction in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Moldova, and Poland. But our goal move to the America, move to the Western Europe, and we attract investment for develop our solution in these countries.
Okay. It's a really interesting concept. I just need to see a little bit more traction, and I want to see that basically drive west. I want someone else to kind of pay for it, basically.
Thank you.
You know, the next time you guys are funding after this round, yeah, contact me. But right now it's just a little too early.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. One shark is out, but what about the rest of the sharks?
What are the biggest?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Sasha.
I was just going to ask, like, how you think about Curve as a competitor in the UK and Percent in the US, and how you're better than both.
I know that, for example, in UK, I have some friends in UK. I know the people in UK have some loyalty cards. It's a opportunity for our solution because it's not so modern in our digital world to have plastic loyalty cards. I think that we move without problem in these markets because it's demand for our solution. We need it. We know it.
Is there say sharing of data between retailers? Like how does that work? Are there any privacy constraints and maybe short restrictions that some retailers have had in terms of collecting data from multiple sources, potentially selling it elsewhere?
We integrate more than 20 retailers, and some of them is international retailers. We know how to do it. We integrate 2 banks, and our team is very competitive on the market on IT markets. I think that it's question of the time, how long. But if we attract a smart money, when our investor help us to move faster to the potential partners. Our potential partners is biggest retailers and banks who develop a loyalty who develop retail products, bank products, and better for us it's smart money. But we have Visa as a partner, and Visa have a big interest for our project. Visa look how we repeat our success in other markets and in the developed markets is the big interest for Visa. But I describe you interesting thing. We integrate this ID into the electronic card. Now, together with Visa, Visa have a technology named Digital Skin, but use technology only for fun pictures of the customized picture of the cards in the electronic wallet. And now we start the project with Visa to integrate this ID and how it will be when you order in the application card and at the same time you can see in your electronic wallet, for example, in the Apple Pay, your card with a picture of your card with this ID, and use the same mechanic as a plastic card. You show cashier, you open your wallet, show cashier your card, picture of your card, cashier scan it, and you pay by phone, same mechanic.
Okay. Andrei, you mentioned some countries where you operate, but where is your company incorporated?
Our company incorporated in Delaware, in USA, and all our software and intellectual property in Delaware in this company.
Okay, thank you. Are there any investors interested to connect with this entrepreneur? All right, thank you so much, Andrei. Please stay
so much.
At the end. We have more investors in the chat. Please share your GGW startup profile. And the next person to pitch is, let me see the list, Dmitry Bashinyatov. Dmitry, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, I'm ready. Hey, my name is Dmitry Bashinyatov, and I'm the founder of Cyberbox. We are developing a web-free edtech platform. We help experts earn 2 times more on their training courses and create them 5 times faster. Today, well-known info businesses or online schools can earn tens of millions of dollars a year from their courses through good marketing and sales. But what about the thousands of experts who do not have enough knowledge, time, and energy to systemize all their experience and promote themselves? After all, creating own course is a long and complicated process. For example, we found that it can take up to 3 months of work to create a 10-hour course. And imagine, after all the work done, experts can pay up to 90% of their income to producers and platforms. But we found a solution that will radically change the situation when experts can earn up to 80% from their training course and launch it instead of 3 months in 2-3 weeks. All thanks to Web3 technology and AI, 3 main features of our platform. First, crowdfunding in training courses. Second, learn to earn mechanics. And third, AI producer. We launched MVP and now top 10 on Polygon blockchain. We have 60K users on site without ad spending and 5,000 registration. In August, we plan to launch NFT pre-sale and make $500,000 in revenue. Our team is 3 years on Web3. We launched a token with a capitalization of $45 million, attracted $200,000 of investment from 3 venture funds, alumni of 4 international startup accelerators, and received $60,000 in grants. We're raising $250,000 for 5% equity and up to 6% in tokens for explosive growth and scaling. Thank you for attention, and I'm happy to answer your question.
Thank you. Right on time. So, dear investors, what's your questions?
Can you repeat what was your traction again in terms of revenue and number of users?
Yeah, so we launched 3 weeks ago. So we have 5,000 registration on the smart contract, around 100 experts that created profile. So they also, it's more than 100 unique donations. So we plan to launch our revenue in the August when this crowdfunding round is ending.
You mentioned courses. What type of courses are you going after? It's a pretty big field and there's a lot of different niches in the space, some that are more active than others. So just curious about that.
Yeah. So we focus on the professional education. So right now it's programmers, digital courses in the like Python, programming in the Solidity, blockchain development, also designers, and video making in the professional field.
What's your, if you had to calculate or like estimate a rough, say daily active user to monthly active user percentage? So the percentage of all users that are, say, interacting with this on a daily basis, what would that be roughly?
Yeah. So right now we have around 10% from active users that if you look in how much is enter on site and how much is connected with the smart contract. And also it's around 3% who donate to the experts.
I think. Are there more questions from the chat?
It's a little too early for me, so I'm gonna have to bow out of this one.
One shark is out. What about same? Okay. All right. Thank you, Dmitry. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
We have more investors in the chat. Please share your profile, GGW profile, and of course support others in here. And we'll see you on other events soon. And the next person to pitch is Gary Kohn. Gary, you ready?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Doing well. Great to see you. You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, nice to see you. Yeah, we're you guys are all B2B and fintech and all that other stuff. I'm consumer, but anyways, I'm going to tell you guys about our company. It's called Luxury Travel Hackers. And what we're doing is we're leveraging travel influencers and content to make vacations bookable on social media. So a couple things that are interesting to know is that 86% of all travelers across every generation, except for boomers, are choosing their next vacation on social media. And then from there, they're spending 10 to 20 hours of research on multiple websites to build a trip that was just presented to them. And so we're removing this friction between the discovery and the booking process, allowing people to book in one easy, seamless experience. I'll make it real quick. We've ran 2 betas and we've soft launched about a month ago. The betas were super, super successful. We did about 1.3 million in sales on about 17K in ad spend through our social media accounts. We have about 1.5 million followers. We have 300 influencers on our wait list right now with about 80 million followers. And we soft launched again about a month ago. We're going to stay at market. We've done, the first 3 weeks, we did about 175K in sales with 6K in ad spend. And, we just had, we've got 3 venture funds that are in our round. We've got ATX Ventures out of Austin, Texas. We have House Capital, which is an incubator program I went through last year that's funded by Andreessen Horowitz. And we have Goodwater Capital. And then we just closed Band of Angels out of San Francisco for another 250K. We're crushing it. The thing that we're really great at is content and marketing. Our lead cost is 30 times lower than industry standard, like landing at about $2.50 right now. We've got thousands of people in our sales funnel and it's working. And so that's it. I just wanted to make it super simple and easy. I know some of you guys are in different spaces, but that's our company.
Fantastic. Right on time. Dear Sharks, your questions.
No, I like it. I want to be set up with a meeting with you. And I got another company that I can introduce you to that's also in the influencer space that might kind of be good synergy with that. So,
right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Happy to.
I echo that sentiment as well. I'd love to meet, and I've got a. Sorry, I think.
Yeah, I can see.
Devin.
I got Matthew. I got Devin. Okay.
So
I have a lot of connections in the creator economy VC space, so would love to pass you along.
Right. Awesome.
2 Sharks are in. That's fantastic. All right. What about the rest of the Sharks?
It's not a fit for my firm, but I'm going to use it personally.
Fantastic. 3 Sharks are in. What about the rest? So we have
do
Casey.
you have some B2B plans?
What's interesting is we're B2C, but we're really B2B2C because we're working with influencers. And what we do with them is we've created them basically their own booking engine. We've created a marketplace that white labels a full booking engine for them. And so they obviously do the promotion on that side. And then we handle the the booking, fulfillment, and customer service side of everything. So it's kind of B2B to C, a little bit. We also have just the straight B2C side, which is our own brand and our own influence where we just work directly with the customers. But anyways, that's a long answer for a short question.
Yeah, I'm happy. Also happy to have a follow-up meeting.
What's that? Sorry about that.
Would you say the advantage is?
Oh, sorry. 2 people. Wait. Sorry. EK go first, and then Casey go after. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to have a follow-up meeting.
Okay, great.
3 Sharks are in. All right.
All right.
Okay, Casey.
Casey, sorry.
No worries. Would you say the advantage of the company is the discovery of vacations, or say the planning and execution of them, so there's less work required on the consumer?
I mean,
or maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. We simplify the whole planning process. That, the way it works now is that, as I said, 86% of travelers are choosing their next vacation on social media, and then they're going to Expedia and Booking and Skyscanner and all these places to build a trip that was just presented to them. And it's like, the analogy I give is like, you go to the store for your favorite jar of peanut butter and you're like, oh, that's amazing. And they're like, oh, we don't sell that here. You're like, what do you mean? It's right there. And so, e-commerce, beauty and travel is the #1 reason that people follow influencers on social media at 62%. And it's 15% higher than beauty and fashion, which is $1 trillion industry and has made millionaires out of influencers. And, no one has e-commerce travel. No one. I mean, you get affiliate links and you can do all that, but with marketplaces being huge, no one's successfully or even unsuccessfully doing this.
And are you an aggregator, I guess, of all the different options, or do you have, say, particular partnerships that you've entered into with some of these booking agencies?
So we have what's called suppliers. We have API integrations, right? So we work with API companies. So we have a flight API, an activities API, a hotel, a car rental, et cetera, yachting. And we work with suppliers. So we have access, and we're a Virtuoso member. So we have access to 98% of the world's entire inventory in like 5 APIs.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm in. I would love to learn more. I think this could be a potential application for LOIs.
All right, it sounds like a jackpot. So despite Sasha is not interested, but she will connect you with someone who might be interested. So I officially declare this is a jackpot.
I didn't think so. You guys were all like, oh, we're B2B, we're fintech. I'm like, yeah, we're consumer travel. Like, but yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. I'll connect with that.
Gary, please give us a favor and share your GGW profile, startup profile here, so investors also can connect with you on the platform, and we will connect you with investors also by email after the event today or tomorrow. Thank you so much. And we're moving on to the next presenter, and that would be Andres Giraud. Andres, are you ready?
Hey guys, yeah, ready.
You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Awesome. So I am one of the co-founders and CEO of Ali. Ali is an AI platform that helps lawyers extract insights and summarize complex legal documents. We help them find information in large volumes of document bodies as well. It's been 2 months since our pivot. We initially dedicated ourselves to something else, but after joining the 500 Startups Accelerator Program for Latin America, we decided to pivot. In our platform since then, we've been able to grow to 300 lawyers across Mexico's top law firms, banks, and enterprise companies like MetLife, who was our first customer, has recently grown from 6 users in 1 country to 46 users in 2 countries in 2 months of usage. We have we have 7 paying institutions and 30 lawyers as paying customers, and then 300 lawyers in the what's it called? Sorry, in the demo and beta pilot that we're doing. These demo and beta pilots normally take a few meetings and are like warm intros. So we are currently defining our ideal customer profile between enterprise corporate departments and law firms. And we're really excited to find some of the right partners that can help us navigate this next step of bringing our company from like an early stage MVP startup phase to a successful company that is growing month to month and is finding product market fit. We're currently present in Mexico, Chile, Colombia, and Peru. We intended only to be in Mexico, but companies and law firms from these countries have reached out. We have the 30 institutions currently active, but we also have 60 different institutions in our beta wait list. We're kind of overwhelmed with the response that we have gotten since launching our MVP. So
Andres, you passed time. Please wrap it up.
Oh, that's fine. That's all. Just looking for the right partner to grow. And please, if you have any questions.
All right. Thank you so much. I now replace TK, who initially said that he will be only with us for 1 hour. So this 1 hour just passed. So now I'm taking his place. So be happy to be with you. So dear Sharks, your questions.
What kind of AI models are you using?
So we use for the chat interface we used to do GPT-4. We have switched to Anthropic right now because some of our enterprise clients have limitations in place on OpenAI. And then, so we're not allowed to use them anymore. So we only use like an LLM for that part. The rest is used doing an in-house machine learning model that we built that feeds the vectors using the glove vectorization model into an index in our Azure backend, and we feed the relevant information doing the geographical search of the glove vectors into the LLM, and that's how it works. We call this the advanced legal language model, and it has been fine-tuned and trained for the last 1.5 years using information from our law firm partners. We have 5 law firms in Mexico that are investors in the company. So we have access to ample data sets, and we run targeted data sets every so often to reinforce certain parts of the platform.
Can you talk to me about your tech team and like their experience?
Sure. So the CTO and my co-founder, Diego, he has a master's in data science and analytics from the University of Rotterdam at Erasmus. He has experience working at 2 technology consulting firms. He worked at NCR. And then when we met up, he was the senior developer for ETP, the Chilean fintech, responsible for tropicalizing their platform to work with the Mexican banking system. We also have a data scientist who's full-time. He's a lawyer, and he has 5 years working in law data labs at an Argentinian university. So he has really relevant experience, and a no-code developer who works on the front end of our platform. I didn't mention it, but we're raising a $600K pre-seed round to grow our tech team primarily. And we started our roadshow in the beginning of July, and we have most of it on soft commitments.
Okay, are there any investors interested to connect?
Just one more question. If you have a competitor coming into the same country, how does that work? The reason I ask, I've seen a company just like this in Brazil. It seems like right now there may be one of 2 in the country. What does it look like in terms of, say, exclusivity or securing contracts? You know, how exclusive are those? How long? How can you protect yourself in the long run?
Sure. I mean, you're probably talking about Lexter, who are good friends and mentors of the platform, and they're actually looking to invest in us. They've actually tried to hire us to join their team, and that was unsuccessful because we're pretty focused on trying to grow the company. I mean, there's language barriers on the assertivity of the model that the technology can be better at, and that'll be a moat in the short term. As technology grows, that probably will be democratized. There's only 36 legal tech companies in Latin America. Most of them are CLM and CRMs, so there's not a lot of competition. But maybe if that grows, I would say that the biggest moat that we have is not really trying to differentiate ourselves. It's trying to get through the door. Today, when we go to the top banks and law firms or companies in Mexico, they've never seen anything like us, even though that there's software like us in Latin America. The trickiness is getting through the door in a technology kind of agnostic technology retracted field. Like lawyers, especially in Latin America, aren't very technologically capable, and so getting through the door is the biggest moat, and we've been able to do that. Given that I myself am a lawyer, we have 4 lawyers on the team, and we're backed by 5 law firms, and we have very good connections and industry. We're industry insiders, so I'd say that the biggest moat is getting through the door and using that first movers advantage as much as we can in the early stage.
Yeah, I'll probably have to wait on that one. It's a little bit early, but I definitely would be interested maybe to follow in a future round, as you get traction. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Same with me. I like to keep following you, but a bit early for me.
For sure.
Awesome. What about the rest of the Sharks? Okay.
I think I'll pass.
Okay. Devin, your mic is off.
Apologies. Yep. I'll need to pass too, as it doesn't fit my thesis.
Okay.
But great company.
Great company.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Andres, please share your details and your GGW profile here in the chat. We have more investors in the chat, and please support others. And we look forward to see you on the next events. Yeah, great job with your pitch. The next person is to pitch is Nipun. Nipun, are you ready?
Yes,
Yeah,
I am. Hello, everybody.
Please use your full name in Zoom so we will be able to locate you and connect you with investors if anyone would
Sure thing.
select you. All right, you got to.
I'll share my info after the pitch.
Please.
All right. Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you all. This is Nipun Kumar. I'm the CEO and founder of Checkable. I'm based out of Oakland, California. We are incorporated on June 9th, 2023. So it's just a month old, but we've been working on the idea for about a year. Checkable is a B2C and B2B platform for intellectual property to help inventors and patent professionals search, draft, and file for patents. We are able to connect professionals to inventors based on subject matter expertise. Think of it as TurboTax for patents and trademarks. So the timing is right for this because patents are growing 4 to 8% annually, and filing costs are increasing by 20% year over year because the number of patent attorneys is actually shrinking. Average cost for filing for patents is around $30,000 today, and we can reduce this by 50% with our technology. Patent filing spend is $17 billion in US alone. We are the right team to build this business. I have more than 60 patents, and I'm one of the inventors of Samsung's foldable phone. I have a deep understanding of both sides, the process of an inventor and the patent professionals. And our chief AI officer is an AI ML expert, and our CTO is a veteran with 2 unicorn exits. I'm currently raising a pre-seed for $750K, about $750K in SAFE with 25% discount, 7.5 million cap. We are in public beta right now with about 200 B2C users that are growing organically around 30% month over month. And we are doing pilots with some B2B users. We have 4 B2B customers in our pilot at the moment. It is free right now. In terms of pricing, it's pay as you go for independent inventors, but there are some research labs and tech transfer labs who need to use our product on a recurring basis. So we're thinking around $300 per month subscription model, and around $500 per month subscription model for patent professionals.
All right, thank you so much. You're all right on time. Dear Sharks, your questions.
What
So is this sort of like legal Zoom patents?
Sasha, go first, please.
Can you just talk to me a little bit about your background as a founder, please?
Yeah, so I am a first-time founder. I've been thinking about this idea for a while. I've been fairly entrepreneurial. I've been in consulting for the past 15 years. I was in Samsung R&D for about 4 years before that. I started a couple of internal practices at consulting companies, took that from $0 to $5 million in ARR in 3 years. So I know how to build businesses from scratch. So that's the closest I've been to an entrepreneur. But of course, corporate, entrepreneurial versus doing a startup is very different.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. More questions? Matthew?
So is this kind of like legal Zoom, but for patents?
Legal Zoom is very transactional. It'll say like, hey, find me a lawyer or incorporate this for me. And it just passes over the information for you. And it has physical people actually doing for your incorporation name or whatever you're trying to do. So we are using AI for that. So we have a semantic engine, which we built from scratch, which basically translate normal human language to patent language. And that's a very complex problem because patents are not regular language at all. So the biggest problem with search is that I want to invent this particular, mobile phone, but mobile phone is never said it's a mobile phone in the patent literature. It'll say an electronic mobile communication device. So how do you map that? So we're solving for all that, like search technology, and we are also kind of doing some generative stuff using that stuff. So it's very deep AI kind of product that we have.
Okay.
All right. So
you mentioned how.
Oh, go ahead.
Can you just clarify your kind of like go-to-market strategy again? You said this is B2C to B, but then you had B2B, like target pilots coming up.
Yeah. So originally I started with a very altruistic kind of like, why do we need lawyers? This is just AI can do all of this. And I was being too naive about this. But then once I built the technology, I started talking to more people and they were like, you should just talk to lawyers. And the more I'm talking to lawyers and patent professionals, the more they're saying like, yes, currently they have to go to USPTO search and it's a Boolean search. It's really painful. You have to do like 120 hours of training to actually use their search product. And if not, you have to actually hire a separate search consulting company that does this, who knows how to use this. And a lot of those are actually patent examiners who left the patent office and they know how to use the system. They're the only ones who can do the search. So they're like pretty stoked about like, you know, how this can help them unlock a lot of things. And the other thing that they told me was like, you know, when we actually search most, we search most when there's actually a litigation, because that's when we need to know like which claims are infringing on which other patents. So that's very expensive. And with our technology, we can search section by section, each section word by word, paragraph by paragraph, and match it to semantically like, okay, this infringes or is 100% similar to this text across all the patents in the database. So it's pretty complex in how it does that, but it's very presented very simply.
Got it. I would be interested in a follow-up conversation.
Awesome. We have one shark is interested. Thank you so much. And we're moving on. Nipun, please share your contact details and your GGW startup profile so investors can connect you on the platform. And
I'm interested too, if I could get an intro as well.
Oh, 2 sharks are in. Congratulations. Awesome.
Just a quick question, actually. Nipun, did you have a particular beachhead market for this? Are you looking to, you know, partner with certain, you know, industry subcategories that, you know, would you know, be familiar with wanting to file patents?
Yes. So I found there are these multi-million-dollar companies that provide search services to largest patent law firms. And these are anywhere between $10 million to $1 billion companies, and they're just built around search services. So they're currently doing all of this manually. And I think right now their turnaround time is 2 weeks to return a search service. I can cut that like by 80%, 90%, like 1 day, 2 day return. So that's kind of my beachhead market.
And would this eventually be applicable to, say, you know, a Series A startup that's looking to expand their say IP or protect and expand their IP portfolio as well? Like, would there be, say, a solution for that in the future?
So Series A, or just generally talking to startup founders that are not IP intensive, a lot of my friends are founders and they're like, Nipun, I don't file for patents, but I care about who I'm infringing because we're just building shit. So I think we can help them find out, you know, who they're infringing on. But there are IP intensive healthcare, especially like med devices companies that are very IP intensive. So it'll help them. But there are these tech transfer labs. There are these large companies that license and sell patents, and they also create their own patents. There is a really big Israeli company that files 2 patents per week, and then they license them. That's their model. So we can help these companies a lot with, you know, filing their process and everything.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure to follow up.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And we're moving on to the next founder. Nipun, please share your details and your GGW profile. And we'll see you next events. Please support others in here. The next person to present is Daniel Butch. Daniel, are you ready? Oh,
Hi.
Yes,
I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes, you got 2 minutes.
Yes. Hi. I'm Daniel Bade, founder and director of Genie Robotics, a deep tech startup located in Armenia. And we've talked to hundreds of users of 3D printers, and except one, a whopping 100% of them said that their biggest pain point using 3D printing is that the machines are awfully slow. And because of that, we're developing a high-speed 3D printer, which will be hundreds of times faster than most of the machines on the market today. We're going to achieve this by combining existing technologies like they've never been combined before in 3D printing. Our machines will enable for serial production. They will run 24/7 and have low downtimes, and thus they will increase the output of our customers while enabling them to cut their running costs. The global 3D printing market size is $16 billion in 23, and it's growing with 24% growth rate a year. We are aiming at 0.1 market share in the next 5 years. Our bigger vision is that our 3D printers will be the base for a smart system consisting of a globally distributed automated factory, which is run by a blockchain-backed manufacturing cloud, which will have IP protection built in. And this is actually our unfair advantage. Regarding traction, we already have about more than 20 companies who said they would be interested in buying our machines, about 10 of them in our local market here in Armenia and 10 in Europe and USA mostly. My background is in media engineering and operations. Then I've switched to industrial engineering. I have 16 years of experience with 3D printers. My co-founders are Edgar Aloyan, an Armenian-Russian engineer, and Anton Lysenko, an Armenian business management specialist who is currently working at Accenture in Germany. And we are looking for $50,000 pre-seed as a loan funding for building the MVP, which we don't have yet, so it's just hardware assembly, and or $1.5 million seed funding for setting up a factory in Armenia, where we would offer 15% share in the company in return. That's all. Thank you.
Thank
Open
you.
for your questions.
Yes, Sharks, your questions.
So why is yours faster?
Because we are using how are they called? Tubular linear induction motors instead of the usual stepper motors that are being used today. In most of those printers, that's a direct drive system that doesn't rely on belts, which are prone to fail. They wear out, they have backlash and so on. We have a direct electromagnetic drive, which is highly precise and can go very fast, like multiple meters per second are possible.
Interesting. I'm definitely interested. I've got a Prusa MK3IS, so I've got some experience with.
Able to print at about 300 millimeters per second with 0.4 millimeters width, and our machine will be able to print a whole layer of the size of your printer in less than a second.
Awesome.
Impressive.
One shot
can be done.
Okay, we'll connect you after the event. What about the rest of the chat? Sasha is
the software and hardware out of both. Yeah, what's produced in house? What do you get off the off the shelf or third parties?
We have a request of cooperation by an American company called I don't know anymore. It's something with AI. They would be able to run our to plug in their AI system into our printer's software firmware, which will be adapted in-house. And so then we will have things like adaptive print control and stuff like that, print defect reconnaissance before the print fails, so that we can switch the parameters and avoid the print defect to occur. And printers will the printers motors will be produced in house. We will produce them ourselves with 3D printers, not only but included in the process. Yeah, the motors will be built in house. We will our current design is based on printheads that we would acquire from a manufacturer of printhead providers. Printheads. And they're already very keen on cooperating with us. They have two different systems. One is more affordable, which I'm going to use for the MVP production. The other one is way more expensive, but it will be able to work with ceramics and metal powders. So we will be able to create 3D prints out of high-tech engineering materials for industrial use with this printer, but that's much more expensive.
Okay. Any questions?
I'll be interested for a follow-up.
Okay, and you, Casey, too, right?
Yeah. Are you familiar with SmartGate VC as well, out in Los Angeles?
No.
They're a pre-seed, seed. They're very early stage. They're focused on Armenian founders. So I know the principal there. I can definitely make an intro.
Yeah, that would be great.
Awesome. Sasha, what about you? I guess it's not your fit, right?
It's not a fit for me, but I do know a firm that it might be a fit for. So would like to learn more.
All right. Second jackpot today. Congratulations. Wow, fantastic. Thank you. So please stay till the end, share your startup profile from GGW platform, and we're moving next. And the next person is Yaroslav Simashko. Yaroslav, you ready?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, you got 2 minutes, go for it.
Okay, hi, I'm Yaroslav, co-founder at 11th Estate, and we built a platform for stock market investors to track all of the relevant securities class actions and get their payment on securities class action settlements. The market right now is that last year, 7.5 billion have been settled to investors, and out of this money, 75% of investors haven't claimed their part. So the money has been already settled, but they do not take their part because they either do not know that they're entitled to this settlement, or they do not want to go through the bureaucratic procedure. The market exists already for the huge funds. There are services that provide class action settlement services for huge hedge funds over at least 100 million assets under management, but do not exist for the smaller retail investors and smaller funds. We launched a couple of months ago. Currently, we have 35,000 in revenue and 18.8 million in claims from investors. So these are the losses that people claimed on our platform, and as soon as class action will be settled, we will process the claim, we'll take our cut, our standard commission is 15%, and we will send money to them. My co-founder is have managed hedge fund, 11 billion hedge fund previously, and I've been doing software as a service companies and have experience scaling from seed to Series A, from Series A to Series B, and we're looking for fintech oriented funds to help us grow our audience within strategic partnerships. That's basically it.
Right on time. Sounds exciting. And I guess Sasha will be one of those who ask you questions. Dear Sharks.
Yeah, can you talk to me about your go-to-market, like what regions you're focused on and what traction you've had to date?
Yeah, sure. So currently we have two main segments. One is retail investors, and there we mostly use Reddit and Twitter. Our business is built around the really hyping events. For example, when Wells Fargo paying $1 billion to shareholders, for us, it's hundreds of thousands of previews on Reddit and hundreds of conversions just for free, just posting it and just doing simple social media marketing. And then we're also working with the segment of smaller funds and smaller advisors, and there we do targeted outreach where we match their holdings against our database of cases, and we're able to show them list of payment that's available to them right now, and so we offer them to take that money right now. We will process it, send money to them, and subscribe them to our service.
And what does the business model look like for the B2B that you just explained?
Yeah, for the B2B, the standard for the huge funds, standard pricing would be around 15 to 20%. And so if so we offer 10 to 15% from our side, just because we have lower operational costs, because our competitors are huge companies. They assign everyone an account manager, and this is a huge process, and we are fully automated, so we're able to provide a lower commission there.
All right. Is there more questions from the Sharks?
Sorry, I cannot hear you, Casey.
Sorry, it's outside of my fund's focus, so I'll have to pass on that one, unfortunately.
Okay, one Shark is out. What about the rest?
I have to echo what Casey said.
Two Sharks are out.
I'll pass.
Okay.
How long have you been around, and how much traction do you have in terms of revenue right now?
Right now we have 35K in revenue.
And when did you start the company?
We launched late April, so almost 3 months.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay, congrats. One Shark is in. We'll connect you after the event. Please share your GGW profile and be moving on. The next person to present is, let me see, is Alex Thompson. Alex, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. In Latin America, much like other continents, there's something known as the legal access gap, which means that 100% of individuals in need of legal advice, only 20% actually access lawyers. This leaves an 80% open market for legal, estimated at 6 million people yearly. The reason for this legal access gap is not having an efficient discovery tool matching clients' needs and budget, as well as easy tech access. So we at Ligaru.com, we solve this legal access gap through our two main products, Ligaru Assist, which is international legal assistance for travelers, which is a unique and innovative form of duty of care, safety and prevention while abroad. Currently, we provide our plans in 120 countries, included US inbound travelers, a 90 million travelers market, and the worldwide travelers market is 1.5 billion people yearly. We make money through our different plans with signed commercial partners, such as insurance companies, travel agencies, travelers clubs, and memberships, and many more. Legal Meets, a legal tech platform that connects both locally and internationally clients with lawyers, catered to the trending independent lawyer industry, provides a way for clients to find lawyers per country, area of practice, spoken languages, and most importantly, brings efficiency into the discovery process, adjusting to the client's budget and specific needs. Legal Meets is a directory per country, per area of practice, language spoken, and hourly fees, and a scheduling tool, a remote meeting platform, and most importantly, a payment process for the lawyers. We make money through our lawyers' memberships and per fixed transaction fees, such as remote meetings and other services. We will be launching in Mexico the third quarter with a global media seed investor with 40 million people reach daily through TV, radio, and digital channels. We look to raise between 500,000 and 1 million in convertible debt to be converted in stock at our pre-A round at the start of 2024. We successfully raised 2 seed rounds with angel investors. Funds will be used for IT development, business, and
Alex, you lost time. Please wrap it up.
Yeah, we are a pre-revenue company, but our legal assist signed commercial agreements kicking this semester. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear Sharks, your questions.
When do you expect revenue?
So we expect revenues to start kicking in this semester, and we expect to start growing and break even at about 35K monthly. We already have signed insurance companies and assistance companies that are under API integration, as well as travel agencies and travelers clubs. So we expect to break even between our burn rate by end of this year, and of course, through our go-to-market campaign of Legal Meets, we expect to bring millions of people to our platform in Latin America with direct effect to the US.
Okay. I think it's a little bit early for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One Shark is out. What about the rest?
Questions. One, who would use this the most? Is it individual travelers for, say, vacations or short-term visits? Would this be more for immigration or, say, visa issues with people moving from country to country? And then second question, would this be a B2C play primarily, or would it go B2B where you partner with your insurance companies, travel agencies, and then it's offered as a safe bundled package through them?
Okay, so first of all, we are basically a B2B2C company. Our model is basically that we sign commercial agreements with the companies that already have the millions of clients, so they can use our services. And it can be used all across the board, the international travel industry. This is catered to students, for example, business travelers, luxury travelers, and hopefully there's going to be on a mature product that is going to be used for general travelers. And obviously, the final objective is that it's embedded into all insurance and assistance plans for international travelers. So that is one side. And from the other side, which is on the back end, the service providers, we already cover 120 countries, including inbound US, which is extremely big, especially for travelers that fear that going to the US expect unexpected expenses such as medical and legal are extremely expensive for them compared to the countries they come from. So we basically provide a solution that traditionally has not been even included in the insurance and assistance markets. And the reason is that COVID changed everything. If you think of COVID created a hurricane of laws around the world that were extremely crazy, and the legal environment in the world is extremely crazy, but that doesn't mean that people will not travel. Basically, what we're adding in a second layer of safety and security through our legal advisors, which is basically traveling with a just-in-case retained lawyer. So
yeah, please try to kind of give concise answers because we have plenty of people to pitch. Okay.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Sure. Any more questions from the Sharks? Okay,
So
thank you.
Legal advisors, is it like a human in the loop then?
Yeah, we have a 24/7 call center, and the function of the 24/7 call center is to put into contact clients in need that hold our plans with local lawyers that will provide the plans in each particular country. So basically, it's a person providing the legal advice in a country.
Okay, great. I think it's really interesting. We just don't do tech-enabled professional services, more so just B2B SaaS.
Right. Thank you so much. If any of the investors interested, we will connect you. In the meantime, please stay in the chat and share your startup profile and support others. So moving on to the next founder, and the next one is Yuri Miroshnichenko. Yuri, are you ready?
Yes, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, my name is Yuri. I'm a co-founder at Finvero, based in Mexico City. Finvero is the first point of sale marketplace, lending marketplace in Latin America. So as some people here have pitched LATAM-based businesses, one of the big problems in Latin America and Mexico specifically is financial inclusion or lack thereof. One place we think this problem can be attacked is at the point of sale, where a lot of the day-to-day decisions to get a loan or a consumer credit are made at the point of where the person is making a purchase decision. So we connect merchants. So our platform does not lend itself. We're a technological platform. We connect merchants to lenders on the platform to lend so that these lenders can extend loans to consumers, both in physical stores and on e-commerce sites. So for merchants, we solve a problem of low approval rates, which result usually when they work with a single lender, like a buy now, pay later provider. For lenders, we provide our own network of merchants and our technological platform to allow them to scale their lending and use Finvero as an additional origination channel. And for consumers, well, I explained earlier, the problem is a lack of credit in general. So how does this work? The customer walks into the store using their mobile device, scans our QR code while just browsing through the merchandise. It takes about 5 minutes to get approved, where they can receive one or more loan offers from multiple lenders. So the lenders use our platform to build their risk criteria and also to create the financial products that they want to offer to the consumers that they will approve. Once the customer chooses the offer they like, they are presented with a barcode on their mobile device, which they take to the cashier, which gets scanned with the same scanner that the cashier scans all the merchandise, and the merchant gets paid directly by Finvero. So how do we make money? We charge both merchants and lenders for successful transactions, and we also charge lenders platform usage fees. And so we're growing fast. We hit 190,000 MRR in June. We are a lending marketplace for Walmart in Mexico, expanding from currently 400 active stores to 2,700 stores that Walmart has in the country. And I will stop right here.
All right, that's awesome. You seem like a fit for GGW Ventures, and we will reach out to you on that. Okay, but I let the Sharks to let them ask you questions. Yeah, Sharks, your questions.
Impressive traction and very impressive that you have Walmart as a customer. How did you go about your go-to-market?
So we have a so it looks very similar to enterprise sales. We really do not have zero marketing dollars to consumers. The very experienced sales team who focuses on one end on lenders and on the other end on merchants. So lenders happen to be the bottleneck because some of our lenders are regulated financial institutions. So for them to sign up and become operational, this could be a cycle of 6 to 9 months. It took us 12 months originally operating with just a single lender, and we signed up 2 more back in April. So if you look at our revenue numbers, in April, there were 65,000 US. Now we hit in May 130, and we hit 190 in June. And we're on track to hit about 290 in July, because in April we signed up 2 more lenders. So that caused an immediate increase in volume. And by the end of July, we're signing up 3 more.
Okay, are there more questions from the Sharks? Okay. If no more questions, I will definitely want to connect with you because there is some fit for us. Anyone wants to connect? I just want to ask one last time. This founder. Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you, Daniel.
I shared with you our investor link and look forward to chat with you. And now we're moving on to the next founder, Yaroslav I'm sorry, from Platma. Are you ready?
Yes, absolutely.
You got to me.
Hi, my name is Yaroslav. I'm co-founder of the Platma. And our mission is to liberate businesses from IT departments, IT subcontractors, freelancers, etc. So we developed, we call it Extreme No-Code Software Development Platform. It's a platform which allows users to create their own internal software using natural language. At this moment, it's English, but in the future, it will be agnostic. So simply our customers can describe what they would like to have, like in mail, to their subcontractor, but the system will understand what the customer would like to have, ask additional question if some information is lacked, and will deliver it on the fly. So idea is to implement the same pattern that was implemented in computer industry. You remember 50 years ago, there was a huge computer departments with guys and girls who understand how to use it, hardware, software, etc. And then personal computer with operating system appeared, and you do not have this middleman. So we would like to do the same for the businesses. The businesses should be liberated. They don't have to have this middleman at this moment. We closing our 2 million round. We almost closed it. We have our lead investor. It's US-based, California-based Almas Capital Fund. Also, we received investments from strategical investor. It's a huge IT integrator, Naventic, which is on the London Stock Exchange, and several other investors. We have traction. We, at this moment, have 1,450,000 revenue. We started 10 months ago. We have 6 huge IT integrators who are our ambassadors who started to use Platma to cover their internal projects using Platma. We save them a lot of costs because they can use not so expensive developers to provide their solutions. And our main market is SMB, small and medium companies who have quite simple flows and which use IT as a tool, not as the main sense of their life. So they would like to have, for example, online appearance, and with Platma, they can do it on the fly. So the Platma is business analyst, it's a designer, it's a front-end and back-end developer in the same place.
Please go
we are
up your pastime.
Yeah. So I'm finished. We're a Ukrainian company, but we have offices in Cyprus, in Portugal, and just launched in US and moving our parent company there. So thank you for your attention. I'm ready for the questions.
All right, thank you. Are you incorporated in Delaware right now?
At this moment, our parent company on Cyprus, but we prepared all the documents and we will transfer all IP and everything to Delaware in August. It's kind of request of our investors, and we would like to start our sales in North America.
Okay, I would like to talk to you, so I will. Dear Sharks, your questions?
What's your business model?
So our business model is SaaS for, we call it B2C, so small e-commerce clients. It's our clients, which have small shops and would like to have online appearance like chatbots, like Instagram shops, like web portals, and so on and so on. So very easy flow and very similar solutions that could be provided on the fly because it's already in our data science. Another business model is to cooperate with the huge IT integrators. We needed just to let our solution became a standard. So at this moment, we have 6 huge companies. Naventic is at the same time our investor. It's ASEC, it's also huge integrator, 32,000 developers globally. So they use Plasma and create templates, connectors, etc., 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 and it appears in our database. So they help us to grow and to make mature our product. We use open source solutions, so there is no vendor lock for them, and even more, they have additional profit. If someone third party will use some connectors or templates that they generated, we will share revenue with them. So we solve the problem with a bench. Basically, we are from outsourcing industry as well. We covered a lot of different projects with similar solution, low-code solution like OutSystem, Mendix, Appian, and we saw a lot of opportunities there. So that's why we decided to launch our extreme no-code solution with this natural language as a code. So basically what it is.
Yeah, I'd like an intro.
Awesome. One shark is in. Okay. What about the rest of them? Any more questions?
It's interesting, but I think I'll pass.
Thank you. Devin, Sasha?
Tell me if I'm understanding this correctly. I guess my question is, the people internally at these companies that are developing these net new softwares, is it putting a lot of pressure on the IT teams themselves to kind of like manage their total tech stack? Or would you say it's the opposite, like where it's more empowering?
Yeah, so we don't want to destroy IT integrators or IT outsourcers industry. We would like them to use our solution and be more efficient, so they can do it faster and cheaper and so on and so on. So it's on the one hand. On the other hand, if the customer is a small company which produce some goods or services and they would like to have online appearance, at this moment they are hostages of freelancers. So they have to communicate, to create scope of work, ask for deliver the solutions, then wait a couple weeks or months, then realize that it's not what they would like to have. So they have these cycles with the holidays, etc., etc., etc. We would like to liberate them. So there is a tool which communicate with you like ChatGPT, and you will just type what you would like to have. I would like to have web portal with authorization form and this to sell my goods. And the system will ask additional question, how many products will be there. By the way, we will help with description, selling description, with scripts, everything will create it. So we would like to take all the routine for us and let them to do the business. Because at this moment, 80% of their time is spent on this routine. So that's
okay.
The idea.
Thank you so much. We have 3 more projects to pitch and 12 minutes to finish. So I'm not sure that they will make it on time, but I just want to make it a little bit faster right now. But just final question to Sasha and Devin, are you guys in or out?
I'll take a look.
Okay, another shark is in. Thank you. Appreciate that. Moving on, and the next person to pitch is MC from ForceFi. MC, you ready?
Yes. Hi, Daniel. Thank you.
You got 2 minutes. Please go for it.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being so patient. I know it's late in the day. I'm MC, founder of Forcefield. I'm the CEO and have a strong product market fit. I have a background as a finance analyst and an exit under my belt at 10x Plus. This is my fourth venture. We're a B2B deep tech company that is going to market as an API first. We're improving trust and transparency in data with patent pending technology for verification that dates all the way back to 2020. Since we're still somewhat in stealth, I will share what I can publicly and happy to answer questions in the back channel. We're post-revenue and about to launch our tech. We have first money in to the tune of $450K between VC, celebrity investment, and sweat equity. Our technology verifies metadata with proprietary algorithms from a mix of IoT devices and platforms. We verify the data as it's being collected at the edge. That includes video, photo, audio, and that can be from a collection of sensors, drones, infrastructure, mobile devices, and CCTV cameras. Our overall mission is to reduce human interaction and interference with data as it streams for cyber content. Our team is a collective of former government engineers, fraud specialists, enterprise security, cybersecurity experts, and folks from the FBI and DoD. We have 2 LOIs in for paying customers who have streaming data platforms. We have extensive interest from enterprise to include casinos and other Fortune 300 companies. We're currently raising a pre-seed round to the tune of $2 million. We have soft commitments in and a co-lead interested in helping us close the round by the end of August. As a last note, with the most recent regulation from the White House around Trustmark, we see a massive opportunity that is both timely and expansive and hope to grow like Stripe and Twilio have as an API first in the market. Thank you.
Thank you. Right on time. Appreciate that. Yes, Sharks, your questions. Are you in or out?
I mean, I'm so happy to finally see a woman. So well done. That was a very impressive pitch. I would love to learn more.
Congratulations. One shark is in. All right. What about the rest of them?
I'm curious, I just took a look at your site real quick. You have an AI application, or at least you're focused on AI, InsurTech, and public safety. Is there one that you're focusing on first, or is it all same combination?
We're really looking for a strategic launch. So it's really whoever comes in as an investor who can get us to the lowest hanging fruit. I will say that we have interest from the biggest casino chain in the world, but it's like a 3-month pilot. They're very risk hungry, so it looks very good for us. But InsurTech has expressed interest, although we don't have any LOIs in that sector. We do have public safety platforms who have signed LOIs with us.
Projections on what your ACV would be?
Same. Oh, not really sure, and happy to talk about that off this call, but we are looking at 450 million in revenue by year 5, 2028.
Yeah, I'll take a meeting. I'm interested for sure.
Thanks.
All right, second shark is in. Oh, congrats. What about the rest?
Yeah, it's worth a little bit deeper conversation than we can have here. There's some questions that I'm sure you can't answer that I know I want to ask. So best to kind of do that over a private chat.
Sure, and we're connected on LinkedIn, Matthew. Thanks.
Okay, that makes it easier.
We'll connect you with Matthew via email for sure. Just share your contact details with me, and we'll make sure to connect. What about you, Devin?
Yeah, I would love to chat after this. That's kind of a field that TechNexus really plays in, the deep tech cybersecurity related field. So I would love a conversation.
Well, the first lady today and the first jackpot for the ladies. Congratulations. So exciting. So I think that's probably it for today. And the final part, as we love doing this, to let investors to close the session, to give you final words of wisdom, whatever they have on their heart, they think important to share. And I would like all the investors to share your final thoughts to close the session. Let's start with you, Matthew.
Yeah, this was a great session. 3 jackpots, so to speak, and I don't ever remember seeing one. So this was a really good time here. Everybody should be really proud of themselves. So, that's all I can really say.
Thank you so much. Great feedback. Yeah, appreciate it. Sasha?
I think today was great as well. So thank you so much to everyone that participated. My piece of guidance or advice, and it's biased because this is what I look for, but B2B and selling to enterprise customers that have a big ability to pay high ACVs seems to be a winning model.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. That's and thank you for being first time with us. And all the feedback is important, of course. Casey, your turn.
I really like events like this. I was at Jeremy Barr's event on traction the other week, and very fast pitch sort of events like this where we can see a lot of people at once and get connected with a lot of people at once is amazing. It keeps us engaged the whole time too. So. Really appreciate being invited here, and I guess my word of wisdom too is, we saw some really good elevator pitches today. It's really hard to compact everything into 2 minutes, especially if your startup is a little bit more technologically advanced and requires a bit of explanation. So if you can get to that 1 or 2 sentence description of that, really, essentially dumb it down for us investors if it's more specialized, that gets us hooked a little bit more, and then we can discover a little bit more about it, in a later call. So. But yeah, really great pitches today. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you for the feedback. Great to have you with us as well, and appreciate all the feedback. And I totally agree with you about this elevator pitch challenge. That is why we recorded a very short example of how I do elevator pitch, and people can challenge me. This is on YouTube. I just shared the link. But if it can help you guys, the startups, please use it. Maybe you can prepare yourself better, and we got positive feedback on that. Okay, Devin, you're closing this session today, and this is the privilege you got, but no pressure.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of courage, and a lot of courage to pitch your idea to literally a global audience like GGW. So I have a lot of admiration for founders who can do that, and the time constraint being 2 minutes, like we've all said, is insanely difficult. So always, pat yourself on the back for that. And my last, words of advice is just to, like Daniel said, is to, engage on the platform. And if any of us investors were interested, please reach out and connect with us on LinkedIn. And when you send us a message on LinkedIn, just say kind of, a quick sentence on, to jog our memory of the startup so we can kind of engage quickly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I look forward to see you, all of you, on our future events. My team and I myself will be reaching out to invite you more. Any feedback from the investors will be super important for us. So please feel free to share. And any feedback from the startups, you have this form here in the chat. Please do it right after the event. It's important. We want to know how it went and how to make it better. And of course, please create your profiles on the platform so investors can connect with you. And some of the new investors who are not created your profiles, please do so. And if we ever can be of help to you investors and to you startups, please reach out to our team. We are there to help. Thank you so much for this great event. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Take care. Thank you.